samsaradava naladita loka Chanaya karuna yunaganatvam Paptasekayanaravasya Mande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Mahaprabhu Kirtana Nitya Gita Padicha Madhyam Manusura Sena Romanchakam Pasutarangabhajo Mande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Shivikrahara Dana Nityanana Shingaratan Mandira Majinado Yuktasya Bhaktam Saninjatopi Mande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Chaturvita Shri Bhagavat Prasado Sadvana Chiptan Hari Bhakta Sangam Hitaiva Chiptim Bhajata Sadeva Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Shri Radhika Madhavayurapara Madhuya Lila Gunarupanamna Pratikshana Svadana Lolupasya Mande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Nikunja Yuno Radhikili Siddhai Jayali Bhute Abhiksanina Tatarati Daksha Dati Ballabhasya Vande Guru Shri Charanarvindam Shakshadati Tve Asamasta Sastri Yuktastata Bhagyavyadeva Sadvi Kinto Prabhuya Dhyaiva Tasya Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Yasha Prasada Bhagavat Prasado Yasha Prasada Nanakati Gatoki. Vayam Studvam Stasya Yasaschi Sandam Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanarabindam. Vande Guru Shri Charanaravinda. Nama Om Vishnu Pradaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Sunyavadi Paskatya Desatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Nitai Gaur Premanandi Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Pararajagachasta Tarasatara Shri Srimad Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahansa Pararajagachasta Tarasatara Shri Srimad Divine Grace Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Anantakoti Vaishnavini Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Prem Shri Kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Dvaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Shri Radha Krishna Gogopinath Sama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Ki Jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Shri Mayapur Dham Ki Jai. Shri Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Shri Tulasi Devi Ki Jai. Bhakti Devi Ki Jai. Ganga Maya Ki Jai. Jamuna Maya Ki Jai. Samaveda Bhaktivinoda Ki Jai. Harinama Sankirtan Ki Jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Patita Pavana Ki Jai.
Namaste Narasimhaya. Prahlada Lada Daine. Hiranyakashipu Vakshaha. Yato yamitato nashringho. Bahir nashringho, hridaye nashringho. Narshingha mardim sharanam prapadye. Tavakara kamalavare nakam adbhuta shingham dalita hiranyakashipu tanobringam keshavadita narahari rupa jaya jagadisha hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Jaya Jagadisha Hare. Lakshmi Narasingha Jaya Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Narsingha Dev Jaya Narsingha Dev Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Prahlad Maharaj Jaya Prahlad Maharaj Nrsimha Bhagavan ki jai Prahlad Maharaj ki jai Go Premanandi
Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai. Vrindaye Tulsi Devaya Piyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devaya Piyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devaya Piyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradidevi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai. Daniel, you want to lead? Lead the toast of prayer? Let me get the words for him. Let me get the words for him.
There's a board on the other side of that.
Okay.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Prayasi Namo Namaha Prayasi Namo Namaha Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Hey Abhilashi Seva Pabo Hey Abhilashi Radha Krishna Seva Pabo Hey Abhilashi Krishna Seva Pabo Hey Abhilashi Jito Marasharana Lord Taravancha Purna Hor Taravancha Purna Hor Kripa Kori Korotare Vrindavana Vasi Kori Korotare Vrindavana Vasi Mora Eya
Vilas, Vilas Kunjadiyo Vas. Vilas, Vilas Kunjadiyo Vas. Nayane Hari Bosada Yugala Rupa Rasi Hari Bosada Yugala Rupa Rasi Nivedana Dara Sakiranugata Koro Seva adhikara diye koro nije dasi. Dida Krishna dase ko eye namoro hoy. Shri Radha Govinda preme sadha yena basi. Shri Radha Govinda preme sadhayena basi. Radha Govinda preme sadhayena basi. Yani kani chapapani pramahajni kani cha. Tani tani prana shanti padakshina pade pade Chapapani Ramahajati kani cha Tani tani prana shanti padakshina pade pade Yani kani chapapani Brahmajati kani cha Tani tani prana shanti Padakshina pade pade Tani chapapani Brahmajati kani cha Tani tani prana shanti Padakshina padena Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Ram Hare Jaya Vrinde Jaya Vrinde Jaya Vrinde Jaya Vrinde Vrinde Jaya Vrinde Jaya Vrinde Jaya Vrinde Nitagora Haribo 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 Nitagora Haribo Tulsi Devi Maharani ki jai. Maharani ki jai.
Vrindaye Tulsi Devai Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsidevaya Priyaye Keshavasya Cha Vishnu Bhakti Pradi Devi Satyavrataya Namo Namaha. Vrindaye Tulsidevi Maharani Ki Jai. O Tulasi, beloved of Krishna, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain service of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy upon him, you make him a resident of Vrindavana. My desire is that you also grant me a residence in the pleasure groves of Shri Vrindavana Dham. Thus, within my vision, I always behold the beautiful pastimes of Radha and Krishna. I beg you to make me a follower of the cowherd dances of Raja. Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maidservant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna praise may always serve in love of Shri Shri Radha and Govinda. Tulsi Devi Maharani Ki Jai. Shri Chaitanya Siksastakam Ki Jai. Cheto Darpana Marjanam Bhava Maha Devagni Nirvapanam Sherakkaira Vyachandrika Vitaranam Vidya Vadhu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipradam Purnam Tasvadanam Sarvatmastapanam Padam Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahuda Nija Sarvasaktis Tatrapita Niyamitat Smaranina Kala Etadrisita Vakripa Bhagavan Mamapi Turdaivam Jasi Samihajani Nanuraga Chinada Pisani Chena Tarurapi Sahistana Amanina Manadena Kirtaniya Sadahari Nadanam Najanam Nasundarim Kavitamba Jagadishikamaye Mama Janmani Janmanisware Bhavatat Bhakti Rahaitaki Twai Ai Nandatanuchakinkaram Patitam Mam Vishame Bhavam Buddho Kripaya Tava Padapankaja Stitadruli Sadvisam Vichintaya Nayanam Galadasarudharaya Vadanam Gadgadurudaya Jira Pulakaya Nisitam Vapu Kada Tavanamagrahane Bhavishyati Yugai Yukam and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. The Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction light. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss and enables us to fully taste the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, your holy name alone can render all benediction to the living beings. And thus you have hundreds of millions of names like Krishna and Govinda. In these names, you have invested all your transcendental energies. There are not even hard and fast rules for chanting these names. O my Lord, out of your kindness, you enable us to easily approach you by your holy names, but I am so unfortunate that I have no attraction for them. One should chant the holy name of the Lord in a humble state of mind, thinking oneself lower than a straw in the stream. One should be more tolerant than a tree, devoid of all sense of false prestige, and should be ready to offer all respect to others. In such a state of mind, one can chant the holy name of the Lord constantly. O Almighty Lord, I have no desire to accumulate wealth, nor do I desire beautiful women, nor do I want any number of followers. I only want your causeless devotional service, birth after birth. O son of Maharaj Nanda, Krishna, I am your eternal servitor. Yet somehow or other I have fallen into this ocean of birth and death. Please pick me up from this ocean of death and place me as one of the atoms at your lotus feet. O my Lord, when will my eyes be decorated with tears of love, flowing constantly when I chant your holy name? When will my voice choke up, and when will the hairs of my body stand on end at the recitation of your holy name? O Govinda, feeling your separation, I am considering a moment to be like 12 years or more. Tears are flowing from my eyes like torrents to rain, and I am feeling all vacant in the world in your absence. I know no one but Krishna as my Lord, and he shall remain so even if he handles me roughly by his embrace, or makes me broken-hearted by not being present before me. He's completely free to do anything and everything, for he is always my worshipful Lord, unconditionally. Sri Chaitanya Siksastakam Ki Jai. There are 10 offenses in the matter of chanting the holy names of the Lord that should be avoided, and they are as follows. 1. To blaspheme the devotees who dedicate their lives to propagating the holy names of the Lord. 2. To consider the names of the demigods, like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma, to be equal to or independent names of Lord Vishnu. 3. To disobey the orders of the spiritual master. 4. To blaspheme the Vedic literature or literature in pursuance of the Vedic version. 5. To consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna's imagination. 6. To give some interpretation on the holy name of the Lord. 7. To commit sinful activities on the strength of chanting the holy name of the Lord. 8. To consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities or karma kanda. 9. To instruct the faithless person about the glories of the holy name. 10. To not have complete faith in the chanting of holy names and to maintain material attachments, even after understanding so many instructions in this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must carefully guard against these 10 offenses in order to quickly achieve the desired success. Krishna Prema. Now let us offer our most humble obeisances unto all the Vaishnava devotees of the Lord. They are just like desire trees that can fulfill the desires of everyone, and they are full of compassion for the fallen conditioned souls. Vanchakalpatarabhyascha kripa sindhubhyavachan. Patitanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namaha. Vaishnava Thakur ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam Grantha ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmayasya yato niviyad itaratas chartesu avigyaswarat. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adhikavaye Muyanti Yat Surayaha. Tejo Varimardam Yata Vinimayo Yatra Trisargo Misha. Damna Srena Sada Nirasta Kuhakam Satyam Param Dimahi. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudeva, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes, of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations. And he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji. The original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen on fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of the three modes of material nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna. who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations in the material world. And meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. Dharma projita kaitruvotra paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shividam tapatrayon mulanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamani Krite Kim Vaparir Ishvaraha Sadyo Hridya Varudyate Cha Krite Bihi Sususubhistakshanat. Completely rejecting all materialized, all religious activities which are materially motivated. This Bhagavata Purana propounds the highest truth, which is understandable by those devotees who are fully pure in heart. The highest truth is reality distinguished from illusion for the welfare of all. Such truth uproots the threefold miseries. This beautiful Bhagavatam, compiled by the great sage Vyasadeva in his maturity, is sufficient in itself for God realization. What is the need of any other scripture? As soon as one attentively and submissively hears the message of Bhagavatam, by this culture of knowledge, the Supreme Lord is established within his heart. Nigama kalpatarur galitam phalam sukumakad amrita dravya samyutam pibata bhagavatam rasam alayam Mahur aho rasika bhuvi kaha. O expert and thoughtful men, relish Srimad Bhagavatam. The mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. It emanated from the lips of Sri Sukadeva Goswami. Therefore, this fruit has become even more tasteful. Although its nectarian juice was already relishable for all, including liberated souls. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 11, text number 14. Samarjita Mahamarga Ratya Panaka Chatvaram Ratya Panaka Chatvaram Siktam Ganda Jalir Uptam Phala Pushpa Shatan Kurai. The highways, subways, lanes, and markets, markets, and public meeting places were all thoroughly cleansed and then moistened with scented water. And to welcome the Lord, fruits, flowers, and unbroken seeds were strewn everywhere. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. So it says they had subways. It's interesting. Scented waters prepared by distilling flowers like rose and cura were requisitioned to wet the roads, streets, and lanes of Dwarka Dhamma. Such places, along with the marketplace and public meeting places, were thoroughly cleansed. From the above description, it appears that the city of Dwarka Dhamma was considerably big, containing many highways, streets, public meeting places, and with parks, gardens, reservoirs of water, all very nicely decorated with flowers and fruits, And to welcome the Lord, such flowers and fruits with unbroken seeds of grain were also strewn over the public places. Unbroken seeds of grain or fruits in the seedling stage were considered auspicious, and they were still so used by the Hindus in general on festival days. So again, we're seeing the culture of natural, pristine, let's say, substances, as opposed to plastic and metal and iron and so forth. Everything was natural at that time. They didn't rely on manufactured goods, industrial goods, etc. Therefore, they were living opulently, being able to even distill the scent of flowers and fruits. Where did it say that? Did it say distilled? Broken grain or fruit in the seedling stage were considered. Maybe it didn't. Okay. So anyway, this scented water is prepared by distilling flowers. It's the first line. That's the whole point. So this is an art, how to distill the volatile essential oil from the flower. You have to be very careful not to overheat the water, otherwise it burns, and you don't get the nice smell of the volatile oils. You'll get something that smells burned. So they had, well, I don't know exactly how they did it. Maybe they had a special way that we don't know about. I mean, you can use the sun, if the sun is warm enough, to distill the essence of flowers. You would put a big pot under the sun, and you'd have to get an enclosed type of structure around that pot that looks something like a bent cornucopia, and as it comes up, it sort of bends over and becomes thinner and thinner until it becomes very thin. So the steam goes up, and then you have an ice jacket of the arm that's bending and going down and thinning. So when the steam comes up, it condenses in the arm, and then what you get at the end is essential oil of the flower and water. And you separate, because oil and water don't mix. So if you leave it a little bit, the oil, which is lighter than water, comes up to the top, and the water is on the bottom. And then if you have some kind of a container where you have a spigot on the bottom instead of on the top, then the water is taken out, and you have the pure oil of the flower, the essential oil. So it's not very complicated. You just have to be careful not to overheat it. And it's good to have a copper, what's called an alembic, distilling, let's say, cone or form. So and they still do that in India, like that in the villages. Now they have even much more sophisticated ways of doing it. They have expensive equipment. I mean, you don't even need the alembic if you could do it in other ways also without resorting to some equipment, because you just have to capture the condensed, the vapor of the water and the oil, and then cool it, and then it separates into water and essential oil. So obviously they had all these arts, and they knew how to do these things. And all of this is natural, pristine beauty and culture of nature. They had no artificial substances. They had no inorganic, let's say, manufactured molecules. Everything was natural. And the people were happy and healthy. People get sick by being surrounded by unnatural things like carpets, paint, and toilets inside the house, and so forth. Cleaning materials like Clorox, etc., and so forth. All those things are unnatural, and they're potentially toxic also. So we are. I wrote the book for the Ananda Mela last year, in which I gave 6 steps to optimal health. The third step was a list of all the toxic things that are normally found in a house, and it's a very, very long list. You'd be surprised how big the list is. I don't know if you read. People never read these books, but if you do, you would learn a lot, and these toxic things make people sick by associating with them, having them around them all the time, including having toilets inside the house, because every time you flush the toilet, there's a fecal spray that goes up into the air, and you're breathing it, and it settles on your toothbrush and everything. So I don't want to scare you, but these are facts. Just like if someone sneezes, there's a cloud of pulverized germs that come out of the mouth or the nose and go all over the place. It can go up to 27 feet. 27 feet. And you can't even see it. And you breathe it in, you get sick. So we have to learn to avoid all unnatural molecules. Eliminate them completely if possible. And just deal with, like for example, a lot of people like to buy treated wood because it doesn't rot easily. But treated wood is treated with dangerous chemicals. So if you have that in your house or your garden or your deck, you're breathing in those chemicals over, not in a huge quantity, but in small quantities for a long, long time, and eventually it gets you sick. You can get cancer. All that is collected in the liver, and eventually you get cancer. However, people want facility. They want long duration of things. They want, they just trust carpenters and architects and the furniture makers and so forth. But you can't really trust them because their bottom line is making money. And if they can save some money, India is notorious for this. People build, even in the United States, in the 1920s, there was a economic boom, and everybody wanted a house. So they started building houses really quickly. And they have these films. You see a new married couple, and they come up to their house, and it looks beautiful, right? And they open a door, and the door crashes down, and the whole building crashes down like a deck of cards, right? So these houses that were built, they were just built for making money. They didn't really care. They didn't follow any rules. They just made it look nice, and people bought those type of houses. Now, there are houses built, in 19th century, early 20th century, which are really solid and have lasted up until today and will continue to last. But when there was the boom, everybody wanted a new house. They wanted it cheap because they wanted to, show off. And they built really substandard houses. And the same thing in India. They construct buildings, and after some years they collapse. You ever see that in India? Yeah, they collapse. There could be a flood, or there could be a hurricane or windstorm or a little bit of an earthquake, and they collapse, and people die. So that's all because of second and third class building materials. Even when we were building Mayapur and Vrindavan, Prabhupada was always warning the devotees, don't let them cheat you. He said you have to check every bit of wood cement and this thing and that thing to make sure it's not substandard things. And sometimes the devotees would be cheated, but they eventually learn how to differentiate between what is substandard and what is real. But here in Dwarka, they only used, jewels, and they used carved rock. Now, a carved rock building will last thousands and thousands of years. Right? And they're very sophisticated how they build them. If you go to Srirangam, you'll see 160 acres of carved rock buildings. It's more impressive than the pyramid. The pyramid is just a pyramid, but of course inside is a little intricate also, but you don't really see it that much. Whereas in Srirangam, you see these gopurams that are just fantastic, all carved very intricately, and there are many of them, and they're huge. And there are many different temples, and they're all carved rock, and they have many statues, really fabulous carved statues. So that's just an indication, and some of it was built like hundreds and thousands of years ago. Some of it. It's been there for 1.7 million years, but obviously during that time there was different additions and different things that happened. And the other thing is, how did they move such heavy rocks? They have these rocks that are so heavy, even they would have trouble today with modern equipment to move them. Just like the pyramids also, they have these gigantic stone structures that are fit together perfectly. So how did they do that? They don't have they didn't have cranes and this thing and that thing in those days. So you see, they had more advanced technologies that we don't know about, and we can only guess how they did it. But Vrindavan is not like that. Dwarka was opulent, but Vrindavan was opulent in a different way. It's opulent with natural, pristine gifts of nature, fruits, vegetables, flowers, and pearls, and diamonds, and things like that. And the people were very, very happy, and they had cows, and they had huts that were made, very nicely made, and houses, and everything was very, let's say, simple, but profound. So that's Prabhupada's idea, to go back to that type of civilization and that type of living condition, where most of the time one is concerned with developing Krishna consciousness, and because of that, the Devas and Krishna cooperate with us, so we can get all these desirable things easily, without mines and gigantic equipment and so forth. So if we believe what we're reading, and if we believe the statements of Prabhupada and the Acharyas, it will happen. And if we just read it like a storybook, nothing is going to happen. So everything in devotional service depends on faith. Faith in the words of the Acharyas, faith in the words of Sukadeva Goswami and Sutta Goswami and all the great Acharyas. If we have that faith, then we can bring this type of society and make it a reality. And if we don't have faith, we'll just continue living, sleeping next to a toilet, having Clorox and all kinds of toxic things, and plastic things in the house. One time when we were having a Janmashtami way back in 1972, we had a small one-room temple, and we were up chanting, trying to chant 64 rounds. And at a certain point, we all got dizzy, and then we had difficulty breathing, and we thought we were going to die. And we didn't understand what was going on. Well, unbeknownst to everyone, a plastic bowl had fallen on the stove. And it wasn't exactly on fire, but it was smoking. And we were breathing in that smoke, and we almost all died. That's how toxic some of these plastics are. Okay? And we all got dizzy, and we were choking, and we had to run outside to get some fresh air. And we finally we discovered what it was. It was a plastic bowl made in China. And it was poisoning everybody. You see. So we don't realize all the poisonous things that are around us in a house. So you should read that booklet. It's it's an ebook on our webpage also. Okay, thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Haribol, Haribol. China has been sending toxic things to the West for the last 60, 70, 80 years. And we just keep buying it because it's cheap. Previously, all the utensils were made out of gold or silver. During the Middle Ages, wealthy people like nobles and things, they had silver pitchers and silver plates and cups. And whenever there was a pandemic, right, a plague, they never got sick. And people couldn't understand it. All the poor people were dying, and the rich people were not getting sick. And finally, the doctors at that time figured out it was their silver utensils. Because, nowadays they have colloidal silver, right? But it's still silver. So they were eating off of silver plates, and they were always getting a little bit of silver. Just like if you have an iron pot and you cook in that, you'll get iron in your body. You don't get massive amounts, but you get small amounts. Well, the same thing with these, all these metal things. Same thing with aluminum. You cook always in aluminum, you'll get cancer. You cook always in silver, you'll get tiny amounts of silver into your blood, and silver is a very, very good antibiotic, used in small quantities. So they discovered the effect of silver on people's health. It took time. They couldn't figure it out at first. Then they realized it was the fact that they were only using silver utensils. And the poor people couldn't afford them. Yeah. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada ki jai.